Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of Five Licks. Now, it's a beautiful morning here in West Virginia. We're getting closer and closer to spring. In fact, the other morning, Max and I went out for a walk, and there were all these little blue wildflowers everywhere. Just did my heart good. This time of year was my mother's favorite time of year when she was living. It always makes me happy, too. All right, so we're going to look at 5 licks. This time, we're in open E instead of open G. And we're looking at the Delta Blues Masters. And we're going to start in a place called Bentonia. And that's where Skip James was from. So our first lick isn't necessarily a slide lick, but it's a great Skip James lick. And you know, he was good with that moody stuff. Now, the tuning he used on his guitar was open D minor. All right, so we've got 2 licks today in open D minor, and the rest are all going to be in open D major. All right, so here's what's happening with these licks. These are actually played in major, but they liked having the F, that minor sound, so they could go. That was a major part of the Skip James sound. All right, so what is open D minor? It's D, A, D, F, A, D instead of F sharp. So D, A, D, F, A, D, that's the first string. That's the 6th string. All right, let's get started. Here's the first lick. That's the whole lick. And that's a Skip James style lick that I pulled out of a live performance he did of Hard Time Killing Floor Blues. Okay, so what's he doing? The first thing he's doing is hitting the 6th string, that low D. Then I put my 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and I play the 2nd and 1st strings together. Then I put my 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, leaving my 2nd finger where it was, and then I play the 1st and 2nd strings together. Then I move that down a fret, where my 1st finger's on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, my 3rd finger's on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. And I'm going to play the 5th string together with it. And then I'm just going to play the 2nd string with my 3rd finger on the 4th fret. Then open 1st string, hammer on the 2nd string, open, hammer to the 2nd fret, open 1st string. And then I'm going to do what's called a trill. You guys on Patreon, you're going to see this just as a hammer. But he's actually going. All right, and that's on the 3rd string, open, 1st fret, and you just kind of continuously go on and off of that. I'm not real good at doing it fast. And then you've got that, again, 6th string. So, let me play it for you again. All right, guys, I would encourage you to go out and listen to Skip James recordings because he has some fantastic licks. And they're just, they have that, what I call the mystery sound, all right? On your tab sheet, that's listed as lick 1. All right, guys, and our second lick is actually listed as lick number 3 on your sheet for you guys over on Patreon on your tab sheet. And it's from Bukka White. And it comes from the song Jitterbug Swing. All right, now one thing I didn't know about him was that he actually played in open D as well. Open D minor, excuse me, as well. Actually, I think he was in open E minor, and he a lot of times just kept... He'd just keep his 1st finger down on the 1st fret on the 3rd string to make it major, right? All right, so here is the lick. Now, there's an entire lesson on this song 2 weeks ago, I think, for Slide Guitar Sunday. Now that's kind of a slow version of the lick. He would have played it. Alright, so what's he doing? In the first place, he's alternating between 6 and 4. That's what he's doing on the bottom. Then it's all on the 1st string. 4, 7, 4, 2, off. And then he's going to play 2 on the 2nd string, and then open 1st string, 2nd fret. And I watched him do this. There's a great Bukka White Part 1 and 2 on the Folkways channel, I think, on YouTube, and it's got him playing in concert. They have tons of people on there. Bukka White. They've got Mississippi Fred McDowell. There's Lightning Hopkins is on there. Oh, man, so many people. People I'd never heard of before that are fantastic. So, oh, they even have Furry Lewis. All right, so he's going. Top string, here's the melody line. 4, you slide into it. 7, 4, 2, off. And then 2nd string, 2, open 1st string. 2 with the slide. 4 with the slide. And then 7, 4, 2, off. 2 on the 2nd string. Open 1. All right, so, and keep this going the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, that's our 2 licks we have in open D minor. Okay, now let me just switch guitars, and we're going to jump into Vestipole or open D tuning. All right, guys, you see I got my old Recording King back here. The other one was my Stella. This is an open D or Vestipole tuning, which is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. That's the 1st string. That's the 6th string. The only difference is the 3rd string, instead of being tuned to F, is tuned to F sharp, which is the major 3rd in the key of D. Now, our next lick comes from a guy named Crying Sam Collins, who I don't know a whole lot about. I've done some lessons on him. This is from a tune called Devil in the Lion's Den, and it's a great tune. All right, guys, here's the lick from Crying Sam Collins. Man, I love Crying Sam Collins playing because he has all that nice, a lot of vibrato. Okay, so what's he doing? Playing the 6th string, open. Then up at the 12th fret, the 1st and 2nd string. And then quickly coming to the 9th fret and hitting it and sliding down. And then going to the 4th fret on the 1st string. And then open 2nd string. 2nd fret, 2nd string. I play it with my 1st finger. I don't know how he did it. But I know that 5th fret on the 2nd string is with a slide. So again. And he had another thing I'm going to show you real quick that really isn't part of this lesson. It's not on the tabs, everybody, but this is a cool little thing. All right, where he would get that and then immediately come up. I love that sound. All right, so here's how he's doing it. All he's doing is going to the 4th fret twice on the 1st string and then quickly off to open 1st string, 2nd fret, 2nd string, and then the slide again to the 4th fret on the 1st string, and then the 5th fret on the 2nd string. And you got to kind of mute that. I always use these fingers to mute that 1st string when I come off, because I don't want that. All right. Now then, let's move along to our next lick, or essentially, the Crying Sam Collins is listed, by the way, as the 2nd lick on the sheet. Robert Johnson is, of course, our next guy, and this comes from his tune "Ramblin'." All right, or "I've Got to Ramble." Anyway, this is the first part of the intro, and I love his playing in open E or D, whatever he was. I think he was mostly in open E. By the way, guys, open D, open E, anything with this set of intervals is called Vestipole tuning. All right? So, here's the lick. Great lick. All right, so what's he doing? He's going up to the 12th fret, sliding in on the 2nd string, and then catching the top string. And then playing the 6th and 5th strings. So. All right, and then, so he's going boom, 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 boom. All right, then he's going 12 on the second string, coming down. Then coming 12 on the third string, coming back up to it. So down, up, and then 12 on the first string. And here's really a cool thing. All right, so he's playing the bottom two strings, or the sixth and the fifth string. Open. And then he's going to play the second fret on the fifth string, first fret on the fifth string, and then open. And he does that muted, and it's so cool when you hear it in his recording. I just love it. All right, so that's our Robert Johnson lick for today. Now, I got a great lick from Mississippi Fred McDowell, and I love this lick because it helped me to be able to start really improvising. I found this in my early days as a slide guitar player in Delta Blues, and this helped me to improvise. And I think I talked about that a little bit in a post that I put out about this slide that I got. When I got my first slide, my dad took me to the hardware store in Cherry Valley, Arkansas, and he said, show that guy your finger, or actually we went in the back where I had all the pipe, and the guy said, let me see your finger, and I held up my pinky like this, and he found a piece of pipe that would fit on my pinky. Then he cut it. I took it home, and Dad showed me how to sand it so I could smooth the edges, and then all of a sudden, man, I had my first slide. And this is one of the things that I learned because I've always loved Mississippi Fred McDowell. This lick is up high. It's not easy to play on this guitar because this goes to the 12th fret and then stops. So, that's the lick. Now, I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to show you how it helped me. So, alright, so as you can see, there's a continuous 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Everything happens on the first string after that. It's 12, 12, 12, 15, 15, 15, 12, 12, 12, 15. Alright, so, again, 12, 15. Alright, that's the lick. Now, here's how it helped me. Because he has a lot more in that little piece. He goes, alright, that was in a tune called John Henry by Mississippi Fred McDowell. He didn't write the tune, but that's his version of it. So, here's what I learned eventually. If you take the 15th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, open, or 5th fret on the second string, you can solo. You know, and you get better and better at it, and it becomes this amazing thing for you, where you can just sit by yourself in your living room. Do all this wonderful stuff. So guys, take that concept and run with it. Alright? Have fun with it, guys. Alright, so that's this week's 5 licks. You know, if you like this, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the little bell so that you see my next lessons coming up. Because every Saturday and every Sunday I post a lesson, and Wednesday. Alright, here on YouTube. And if you're on Patreon, you know, if you want the tabs, go to Patreon. It's $1 a month, and you can get the tabs. I mention that every lesson just for the folks who might want to have tabs for this stuff. And that $1 a month gets you tabs on all those lessons every month. So, hey, guys, it was good to see you. I'll see you next week for more 5 licks.